Brownie.
It's a podcast bonus.
And now.
Here's Max Gawn. Yeah, he plays for Mountford.
Mainly a ruckman.
We're talking footy with Max Gawn.
Here he is. The sun also rises.
Yes, to be fair, I didn't think it was going to rise Saturday morning, but there it was. The sun, the sun came up. I was hoping it didn't, but yeah, actually, that song, I really like my jingle. Titus O'Reilly has the best jingle.
It is, man. It's a good
Yeah.
one.
Really? What are you saying? What are you saying? You're jealous? You-
Mine's. I think next year, if all things align, I get invited back, Sam. I think next year we jazz it up a tiny bit.
As in actual jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm happy with
Titus's is nice. It's
Time
yeah.
to get classy.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's
a
sort
real
of
balance.
suits a winner, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Hey.
that's a good point. He is a Melbourne supporter, so
Is your-
technically he's
is
come
He
down with
is.
us.
Are you now spelling your name Gone?
Max Gawn.
Yes, come on.
I'm not supporting you on that.
Mate, I'm just saying, well done on getting in here this morning. Full disclosure, Jack and I said two segments in studio.
Yep.
Swanee had you limping in just on the phone, and Dean had you in a park not even coming in.
But that's not a reflection on you, Maxie.
Yep.
I just wouldn't have if I was you.
It was either your two. I was never. The Zoom wouldn't have happened. I don't think.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, it's either I'm waking up and getting here, or I'm missing.
Stop trying to get away from the main story, right?
Okay.
Would you like to start with an apology to your fans? Or
Sure.
have you already done that?
No, we've.
I believe you
I had a
have.
post-match interview, which are always quite hard to do. Post, apparently, the worst thing that's ever happened is a straight sets exit. So yeah, look, it's embarrassing. We went in second position, 2 home finals against 2 interstate teams, and the second team, the side we've beaten twice this year. Yeah, it's disappointing, but there was a common theme there. We sort of ran out of gas in our last second halves throughout the whole second half of the year. So
This is the stat. You did run out of gas because the first 10 games, Swanee, they were 10-0.
Yeah.
In the last 14 games,
what were we?
6-8.
Yeah,
So eventually, you are who you are,
correct.
and and that's who you are.
That's an exact Goody quote.
What?
Did you get that out of his pressy?
No, I don't.
Plagiarism.
What was the exact quote?
What, you are who you are?
Goody is in finals. It really shows who you are, and there's no hiding away from what you've been in the last 10 weeks. And correct.
It's
So answer
confronting.
this, Max Gawn. What happened in the last 14 games?
Well, yeah, we started getting some bad habits. And once you get in those bad habits, it's pretty hard to get away from. And we finishing top 6 in the ladder last year, you get a pretty hard draw, and we had good teams the whole way home. And yeah, we just couldn't keep up with it. And Sydney and Brisbane taught us a lesson in the pinnacles.
Is it a confusing time? Like, do you all look at each other and go, what just happened? Like, we
That's a
won the
good point.
flag.
Yeah, well, I think you have every right to think you're going to get deep in finals when you finish second. So you start sort of thinking ahead. There's no way I thought that this week I'd be completely footy free and thinking about going to Electric on Chapel Street. Like
With
it's
Jack
just,
Charles.
Yeah.
with apparently that's the cool. I used to, last time I went to Electric, it was called Electric Lady Lounge.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
Now it's like this hip place to go and everyone goes and.
Yeah. And the lights are always swinging from the ceiling. Is that safe, Jack? It doesn't feel like that should be happening.
Yeah, but when you're in Electric, it's like a fantasy land. You're safe from everything.
Yeah.
How would I go at Electric?
Okay.
I can get you in, man.
That doesn't answer my question.
How would I go at Electric?
You would hate it. Actually, there's a really nice couch though, Swanee, with a pool table. You can chill out.
There's a really nice couch for
All right,
Swanee.
I try to, you know, I would rather just muck around and have fun, talk about Electric, but I'm trying to do a service to the listeners.
Some
and-
answers.
Yeah, some answers. Why will next year be different? You're all older. Really, you're
'Cause,
older.
well, we've learned our lesson.
What's the lesson?
But the lesson is the habits that we got ourselves in. So, I mean, I can get real boring if you want to talk about some of the stats, but
No time like the present.
Do
mate.
it.
yeah, we can't kick a goal. So we'll try and learn how to kick a goal.
Right?
Hopefully get some players back. So Tom McDonald was out injured for the whole second half of the year, and you're going to lose players again, but he's a pretty handy player to try and get back. And
Yeah.
to be fair, we won 10 in a row. We finished second on the ladder. Our footy's not that bad, but it got shown up a little bit when the pressure was on. So what we've got to change is try and get some scoreboard pressure, which we were talking about before, is learn how to
Yeah,
get...
you are killing me. What about, so Christian Petrarca had a broken leg.
He did.
Fair effort to play.
Yep.
Were you injured, Max?
I was sore. I wasn't injured.
Okay.
I wouldn't have played if I was injured, but it certainly got big on me in the second half.
Right.
Huh?
What section of the body are we talking?
Underneath shorts.
You had
Yeah,
a sore
now we're-
doodle.
Yeah, not necessarily doodle. There's a few other muscles that are in and around underneath shorts, but somewhere.
That was the last time. That's why I didn't go to electric because of that. When I go to electric, I want to be fully fit. If you know what I mean.
Of course. You can't go with a groinal injury.
Well, it's an amazing effort for you to get in here, but we've got more questions.
We
for you.
sure do.
Max is here.
Max is here despite a sad ending to your season last on Friday night. We've probably talked about that. There's not much more to talk about there with that game. You were ahead again.
Yep.
It seemed to be a habit with your team.
Similar story. We probably won the inside 50 count, which is normal for us.
All right,
lose
ease up
games.
with the inside 50s. All right.
Sorry.
Jeez, mate.
Did you find that everyone seems a bit flat in this city at the moment? It feels like it's been a long winter. Are you guys feeling that too?
Maybe we can take a bit of that as an excuse. I'm more than happy to.
Man.
Yeah, we're looking forward to spring. Spring's a great time in Melbourne,
I agree.
and it's coming.
And you're on holidays now, so you can really enjoy it.
Yeah, well, still got a couple of days. We got the old exit meetings
What
today.
does this week look like? Because the idea from the outside is that once you lost on Friday night, that it is just
a bender till we get back to day one
yes.
pre-season. Yep.
I think debauchery is the word I'm after,
Okay,
and
yep.
but you're suggesting that hasn't been the case.
No, well, to be fair, Mad Mondays are a thing of the past, really. Well, for our team,
I
the
was going to
last
say
2
for
years,
Melbourne or for everyone.
the last 2 years there hasn't been because of COVID, and then this year our VFL team is actually still playing in the finals, so we've only got sort of 20 guys that are out of contention and not playing VFL, and we got exit meetings today. So
What's an exit meeting look like, Max?
it's 15 minutes, seven men in a semicircle, you in the middle, answer a few questions about the season.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, and you normally go in the state that I'm sort of in now, a bit underdone, and yeah, it's sweating and.
Do you cry a little bit sometimes?
I've had some good ones recently. Obviously, the premiership captain last year was quite handy to go into an exit meeting. Actually, I walked in and there was a standing ovation as the first thing. That won't happen today.
No. No, it won't.
It'll be quite the opposite today.
Do you wear your All Australian blazer into the exit meeting just as a reminder that hey, I had a good year?
I was thinking I might need it this year. I actually might need to wear it in this year just to remind them because I didn't play in the ruck the last 5 weeks and I just thought I'd just tell them I wouldn't mind.
Why not?
No, Jacko was going well, and we needed to do some stuff up forward as well. So I was, as I said before,
We weren't kicking goals,
We weren't
and
kicking
you going
goals.
forward didn't stop that.
No,
Didn't
we
change
thought it
that.
might. We had some immediate success. We beat Freo and Freo, and then we thought that was the reason because I went forward,
Yeah,
even though
that's
I
right,
didn't
yeah.
do much. And then, we sort of got stuck into it. But to be fair, I don't start in the ruck and then I go in there and Jacko. I actually get more time in there.
Yeah. Have you said goodbye to what's Jacko's real name? What's his full
Luke.
name? Luke Jackson. Yeah.
Yep.
Have you said goodbye to him yet, or is that because he's off to Freo?
It's been reported. Still yet to his exit meetings will be today and tomorrow. But
His exit meetings, if he's actually got his luggage on him, is that a good sign? You mean when he's off to the airport?
well, he'd be going to Perth anyway because he's from there. So yeah, I mean,
Listen, see, I'm going to remember this moment
Yeah.
when you had the chance to be honest with us.
Yeah.
When Luke Jackson announces inevitably that he's off, and I'll play this back to you.
I would tell you if he had told me. I would tell you.
Look at his eyes. He's telling the truth.
I think you would.
Yeah.
I think you
believe
would.
him.
The
Yeah.
Brownlow has been moved from Monday because of the Queen's passing.
Yep.
It's now on Sunday. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yep.
You'll be attending. Is that a?
Going, yeah. Captains go.
Captains have to go.
Captains go. There's a table of 5
Is it
players.
as dull to be there in person as it is to watch on television?
Last year I loved it because we were the non-drinking table that were playing a flag, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
No, I normally don't mind it.
Can you
I
get me in?
actually don't mind the vote count, which is the most boring bit apparently. I sit
Yeah.
there and go,
So it's like the Logies. I love the Logies.
Yeah.
And people have got not a good word to say.
Can you take me?
Jess is going.
You got a
yeah.
plus one?
Yeah,
Oh, you're
Jess.
taking Jess.
Yeah, Jess.
Max-
That's
Maxi-
official. You definitely.
I haven't asked her. I just presumed. I think she's got a dress and whatnot though.
What
so-
I'm saying is, if she's not into it,
Someone I'm sure would be able to get Sam in. Someone's fighting with someone and they've cancelled.
actually, that's a good point. If anything happens this week and you hear that, because Mad Monday not end of season festivities can get a bit loose. and relationships get rocky. I'm just saying, here if you need.
Well, mid-season festivities got blues for us, didn't they?
I've just remembered one year out of the blue, I got a message from people that are associated with Sam Newman years ago asking if I would go to the Brownlow with him. I would rather actually jump in front of a train
That'd be a fun date.
Then go to the Brownlow or go with him?
than go with him.
Okay.
Than go
Maxie,
anywhere
when you
with
rock
him.
up to the Brownlow, is it
Than be in the same room as him.
is it beef, chicken? In it's just the luck of the draw. what
It
you
is a
get
luck
to
of the
eat.
draw. But when you take a +1, you get a bit of freedom, you know?
You can do a deal.
I love the beef and she loves the chicken. So.
Perfect.
The week that you've had, you'll probably roll up with a kebab, won't you? Won't you have had just like a big bender and
Silver. Yum.
I had another question for you about football, but now I can't remember.
Oh, cool.
That's okay.
Is it
That's all right.
Brownlows?
No, not Brownlows.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on air.
Do we want to
Yeah.
play Maxie some of the outstanding
I
coverage?
was going to say the cover. Are you enjoying the coverage of the
Well,
Queen?
it's been relatively sad. It's obviously a sad story. Jess is a big fan. Jess loves The Crown on Netflix and
Right.
loves the monarchy.
So she'd be loving the rolling coverage.
Yeah, she last night when I was on my way to Electric, she called and said there's a 5-hour helicopter chase of the hearse. And she was watching it.
Well, I just saw the
Chase of the
footage then. It
hearse.
looked like O.J. Simpson.
She watched 5
I
hours
was
of
like,
the
oh, there,
hearse.
has something happened with that case? No, it's the Queen.
Listen.
So that's the difference in the night in our household last night.
Yeah.
I was at Electric and she was watching the Queen drive from
Well,
Balmoral to where'd she go? Balmoral to
Holyrood House.
If you
Holyrood.
just as a little example, if you're not all over the coverage, by the way, there's a lot of crossing to Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
To two reporters or two anchors saying we're here live at Buckingham Palace. Back to you.
Tell
'Cause there's
us
nothing.
if you think they might be scrambling for content.
Let's have a listen to this. Is one of the reporters that this is part of the coverage and this is what Jess is watching.
Yep.
People, of course, at this cathedral can lay flowers as well. We've seen a lot of those as well, and those flowers will actually be composted in time after the Queen's funeral.
That's a great fact, isn't it?
Hey, it's not
Is
over.
it?
Yeah.
A tree will be planted in her honour, and the compost used in that planting.
Yep.
That's hard work. Back to the studio. That's hard work.
studio
What would you
after the
say
compost.
if Dino was out in the field and gave you that?
Imagine if
what
we
would I
could
say?
get Dino over there as the correspondent. Now that I would watch. I would watch a live feed.
Well, that's
Dino.
different. You're right, Max.
Absolutely.
You're right. That changes everything. If Dino is one of the correspondents
Yeah.
that we're crossing to,
Everything.
then mate, go for your life.
Get me over there. We've got time.
We can get you there.
Yes.
Listen, all right.
Think about it at least.
Hopefully we've done justice to having, it's a great privilege to have the Melbourne captain in and has been all year.
And we love you so much personally.
You're the best.
You're nothing but a work colleague to me. But
It feels like we're letting him go.
Daddy, what's coming here?
Brodie's final question.
Okay.
Wow.
Whoa.
Brodie's serious analytical footy question of the week. Max.
The Demons dynasty is over. Is it time to trade pathetic Petrarca, overrated Oliver, and broken Brayshaw?
Jesus.
Oh, well,
Wow. Nathan
it's-
Broad got a much nicer last question for the
He
season.
did too, by the way. Possibly, maybe Melbourne had higher expectations than Richmond, and
Okay.
it is quite disappointing they went out in straight sets. Those three players are, they're your engine room. They're the heart and soul.
What were
of
the
team.
adjectives he used? Broken and
Overrated, pathetic, and
pathetic,
broken.
Yeah. Would you, if you were in charge of Melbourne, would you consider trade requests for those three, or they're definitely you'd keep them?
No. Oliver will probably win the Brownlow, so trading him would be a bit of a mistake. Petrarca was an All-Australian for the third time, and Brayshaw, we'll get rid of Brayshaw.
Maxie, we love
happy with
you.
that.
Thank
You
you.
heard it here first.
Thanks for a good year, man. We really
You're the best.
Maxie.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissy, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.